Yeah? Like, okay. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh,
Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Kodash.
Okay, as always, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule
Double
well
honors,
and
double
lead by
honors.
example. You know, those are the prophets, man. Okay, and shalom to the brethren out there pushing this word in sincerity and truth, man. And then shalom to the elect. Okay, this is a GMS, England branch, and we're out here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked man's kingdom, man. Okay, Esau, the so-called white man. Okay, now what happened last night is you had the beginning of the Brexit, man. Okay, Brexit, went through. Okay, and now they're gonna have like roughly about a year of that gap of trying to sort things out. Up until December 2020. And Apostle Taha, he coined this through the spirit of Yahweh Shai. He coined this year 2020 year of prophecy, man. Okay, and only in January alone, we've got so much things to talk about, so Lord willing, we're just going to get into it, man. So the brother will just read what we've got and then we'll go from there.
We'll start with the article, or?
Yeah, we'll just touch the article and we'll go into the scriptures.
Yeah, alright, this says, title of this article is from BBC News, and it says, Brexit UK begins new chapter outside European Union. European Union leaders have expressed sadness at the UK leaving the EU, with France's Emmanuel Macron emphasising Britain's unrivaled ties with the French. Mr. Macron said he was deeply sad, while the EU's Guy Verhofstadt, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, pledged to try and ensure the EU is a project you want to be a part of again.
Yeah, which hey man, it's all set up in the spirit, man. The Lord is with division, man. Let's quickly get Mark the 3rd chapter. I think it's around 20 something verse. Division. Let's get that quickly, man. The Lord is with division, man. Okay? Division of this man's kingdom, because this is not the everlasting kingdom, man. Okay, I know you Christians and everyone else, you Muslims, everyone else believe in these different philosophies. You think that this man's kingdom is going to continue and you're going to continue and live in it, man. Well, like every empire fell, this man's empire is going to fall as well, man.
That's right.
To lead on to what? The everlasting kingdom, which is the kingdom of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Now, this is Mark chapter 3 and verse 26. And if Satan rise up against himself, and he is divided and be divided.
And you got the spiritual demon Satan, okay, which one of the angels on the left-hand side. And you can read about that in Job. He goes before the Most High, and his job is to pretty much spread that death, destruction, and wickedness through the left-hand side, man, working with the elites. But this, what I'm referring to it now is the word Satan means adversary. Who's the adversary of the Israelites? Okay,
right.
It's the Edomites, man,
right.
The wicked. Okay, and that's the carnal counterpart of Satan upon the earth, walking around, man. When you see them, you go, hey, there goes Satan. Bro.
And it says he cannot stand but have an end.
That's right. So he's divided against himself, man. Okay, you got Russia, which is an Edomite power. Okay, a satanic power. Okay, against America, which is a Satan power, satanic power, man. An Edomite power. They're against each other. They're playing out in the Middle East, and that's the fruitions of World War III. Okay, which is in prophecy. Hey, not so long ago, Qasem Soleimani got this pretty much assassinated, and that's already old news.
Yeah.
Not too long ago, a couple of months ago, we were talking about the Strait of Hormuz and the ships there. Ain't no one talking about it anymore. Okay, now you can talk about the coronavirus and Brexit. Hey, the news keeps going, but hey, these things are coming to pass. These prophecies are coming to pass, man. Okay?
I keep seeing on the internet, man, people like, man, January's been the longest year. This has been the longest year, and it's only January, man. Like you said, the Lord's had so many different things happen in like 30 days, man. Right?
Big things.
Big things, that's right.
Not just like, there ain't no news reporter somewhere, crickets are chirping and trying to, what's the latest news? You got anything?
Yeah.
Now, everyone's trying to get the latest scoop on the big news stories, man. And there's a lot going on in the world right now, man. And it's all orchestrated by the Lord.
Yeah.
Because the Lord is with that division, man. Okay? Satan divided against Satan, how shall his kingdom stand?
Yep.
This kingdom is not going to stand because they're divided against each other. Okay? Contrary to that, when we're in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be together.
Yep.
We're going to be one. And that's in Ezekiel 37, man.
Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of the water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
So who's the king's heart. So who the king of this current society? Kings of what? The elites, man. The Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, DuPonts, these big international banking families who really run these governments, okay, and these secret societies from behind the scenes, okay? Openly, you're gonna think they're just businessmen. But really, they're the ones that are doing the satanic sacrifices, that got those, they got the chief seats in these Illuminati groups and secret societies, man. They're the ones that are orchestrating. But what you don't know is, like we mentioned earlier, what Satan went before, in Job, went before the Most High. And he asked the Most High for permission to do things.
Yep.
Now, if Satan's dealing with these elites, then who's he getting the commands from? The Most High. So it's in the Most High's. Read that again, brother.
It says, Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Which the heart, referring to the mind. The king's mind is in the what?
In the heart, in the hand of the Lord.
In the hand of the Lord. So it's that the Lord's the ultimate puppet master, man. This is his script. So he's making these guys make these moves for the fulfillment of prophecy. Okay? And the Lord has always done that. The Lord has orchestrated it from the very beginning, man. Okay? How can a man understand his own way? You know?
Hey, because when we go into the Hebrew word for heart is love. Which goes back to your mind. It's not talking about your fleshly heart, man. Alright? It's talking about your actual mind. So the Lord controls the mind of the elites. That's how the Lord is able to make sure his prophecies are fulfilled. All of the words that he says are fulfilled, right? Because he's the one pulling the strings.
And what's in the mind? The thoughts.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And so the thoughts of what they're going to do, their thought plan, is in that, and it's orchestrated by the Lord, man. The Lord runs that, man.
Right.
Okay? And part of the Lord's program, which is this prophecies in the scriptures, is Brexit, man. And let's get that, bro, in Daniel's 2. You know? So Brexit's in the scriptures, man. Okay? It's prophecy. You know? It's prophecy, man. Okay? The Lord ain't, look, hey, in fact, can you get Psalms 94 quickly, Robert Shaw? Planted the eye. Psalm 94, planted the eye, man. Just look at it up and it'll come up. You scroll down a bit. Planted the eye. Because, hey, it's the Lord that sees all these things. The Lord, hey, the eyes of the Lord are in the sinful kingdom, man. Okay? The angels are all about watching everything that's happening, and he's controlling. The angels are there, you know, making people do things, you know, to the commandment of the Lord, you know? Okay, and they're all orchestrating it according to God's plan. You know, we're gonna drink. Go on, bro.
Psalms 94:9.
Right.
He that planted the ear, shall he not hear? He that formed the eye, shall he not see?
So who planted the ear and planted the eye, man? Okay? Is it not the Most High, Yahweh Shemel Shai? So you think that he planted the ear and he planted the eye, but he can't see and he can't hear what's going on? He ain't in control of this? Nah, man. The Lord is in control of this. That's why Brexit is a prophecy, man. Brexit didn't just happen. Brexit did not just happen and the Most High ain't aware of it, you know? Oh, it was just a chink in the armor. It was just something outside of the plan. An anomaly in the matrix. No, the Lord orchestrates everything, man. Let's read that, bro. Daniel's 2.
Right, this is Daniel 2 and verse 40. I'll start from 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Right, man. So this is talking about this last kingdom, man. Is that the 10 toes? Yeah, man. So, hey, NATO originally had 10 members, man. Okay? This is going into what? The 10 toes, man. This last kingdom, this last establishment, this last rulership, the second leg of the Roman Empire, which is led by Esau, which is the wicked. Okay, you can read about that in Malachi to link the wicked of the scriptures to Edomites. Okay, so he's in rulership right now. Hey, we can see that. Go about your daily business, and you're gonna see that Edomites rule, which is so-called white man rules all facets of this society, man. Okay, we were just reasoning earlier. Okay, through this man's news system, there's a mass hysteria about Moabites. Everywhere you go, the so-called Chinese, everyone looking at them sideways. Okay, just from a couple of news articles. You know, everyone's looking at them. You might see a Moabite wearing a mask, and everyone's looking at them like they don't want to go around them, man.
Hey, but Moabites have been wearing masks.
That's right, they've been wearing masks.
They've been wearing masks.
I've been seeing them for years wearing masks, man. So what's the sudden change? They got the Edomites have got the control of the mind of people. Government, okay, which government goes back to the word the control of the mind. You know, you gonna say something up?
Yeah, because of the pollution over there in their countries. That's why they wear the masks just in general. Because over there in like China and that, the pollution's so bad, they got to wear the masks all the time. But like you're saying, they've been wearing masks.
Yeah, man. And they're heathen as well, man.
Yeah,
They're
man.
doing all kinds with the brothers are here. They're heathen, man.
Yeah. If you take
And
that
the
box
scriptures
as
even talk
well.
about the heathen as dogs. Dogs are unclean animals. They're good animals, but they're
Yeah, if
unclean.
you got help, yeah.
As an example, you know, you might get rabies and all that.
Yep.
Nah, man. Come on, bro.
And it says, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron,
Yeah.
for as much
There
as
should
thou
be
sawest
handles
the
at the
iron
side,
mixed with miry clay.
Right. So, hey, you got some countries that are strong and some countries that are weak, man. Okay, Greece went through, which is in the EU, went through a lot of economic upheavals, man. Okay. I had a chance to travel up to Crete, which is one of the Greek islands. And when I was going through the city, I went through the back streets. I went around the different, you know, the manors, the towns, and what I noticed is there was graffiti everywhere, and every single one of the graffiti was talking about uprisings, anarchy, and the economic disruptions, man. People were getting, the banks, ATMs were telling them how much you can take. You had basically a limit on how much you could take out from the bank, man. You know, so you can have
Capital control.
capital control. You can have £100,000, £200,000, whatever in the bank, but you can't even take out more than 100 a day or whatever. Then what the fuck is the point of having all that money? It's all fiat currency. It's all bullshit, man. Which shows that this man's kingdom, it's all falsities, man. And it really, it's that debt. It's that debt slavery he's got us in, man. That's in Habakkuk, the miry clay. You know, can't read it, bro.
Verse 43.
Oh, sorry.
Daniel.
I just want to say as well. So I gave an example of a weak part, man. Okay, and if you look at iron and clay, that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
If you look at iron and clay, you add a bit of water to clay, that's mushy. It's gonna get, it's soft. You can break it easy. Now you add water to iron, all that's gonna happen is it's gonna rust after time, but you're not gonna be able to bend it or break it.
Right.
Okay, that's iron. It's a strong thing. So Britain was considered iron, man. Okay, I say was loosely saying that because Britain's looked at what? The great British Empire, the economic power, the military power, the submarines, Trident, okay? The financial capital of the world being London, okay? All being in England, man. But really, England ain't shit, man, okay? They get, the brothers were going into it, man, and if any brothers want to chime in, what, 53%, I believe, no, 3/4 of their medicine come from the EU. Okay, 53% of imports come from the EU. So if this trade deal don't even go through, because they're saying, people are deluded and saying EU need us more. One of the most biggest trade blocks, most powerful economic trade blocks in the world, you think they need you, one little island, more than you need them. They're deluded, man.
But that's that pride. And it's funny, that's the spirit, because you can, they're flying that flag over there.
Yeah. Which, you know what, that flag is the Union Jack, and you know where that goes back to King James, man?
Right.
Which goes back to Jacob. We set that shit up, man. We're the ones that are about uniting, man. We're not about dividing, okay? We're a United Kingdom. You got Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England. We're the ones that we're about to uniting, man, okay? And we're going to be united in the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, our people, man, Ephraim and Judah, come together, man, and it's happening now through the word. Keep going, bro.
Verse 43, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay,
Right.
they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
It ain't gonna mix, man. This thing ain't gonna mix, man. Okay, that's why this kingdom is crumbling before your eyes. That's why this Brexit is going happening, okay, which is in the prophecy. We're reading it. That's why Greek are having economic upheavals, okay? That's why France on its legs, okay? Germany is still considered strong, teeming, okay? Which is Germany's in the scriptures. Shalom, man. Germany's in the scriptures, okay? Everything is in the scriptures. Everything is in this prophecy, man, okay? So that's why we're going into it. Hey, in Revelation it says what? The spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, man. And that's how you know that starting with the apostles and elders, a great millstone, we got the truth. That's how you know we got the real breakdown, man. We got 100% truth, man. Okay? So, you know, those of our people, you need to take heed. Okay, we're in the end of the end, man. You need to take heed because the prophets are bringing out the truth, man. Okay, you see Brexit happening before your eyes. We're breaking it down to you in the scriptures. Go on, bro.
And it says, it shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. So that's what we're witnessing now. We're witnessing that divide, man. You know, the desire of them wanting to leave the EU, all right, and be independent. That's prophecy, man. That is biblical prophecy that we're reading right here in Daniel 2.
Can you get me the stands?
Verse 44, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom, which shall never be destroyed. Can't. And that's we're in those times now where the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, is setting up that kingdom, man. Now, first of all, how is the Lord doing that? By bringing out his men on the highways and the byways, preaching his word in truth and sincerity, man. Going back to Jeremiah 28 and verse 8, all right? They're bringing this word out. The men of the Lord are waking up. Israel beginning to find out who they really are. That's the start of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua bringing back the kingdom, man. All right, because remember, Israel, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place.
That's right. That's
All
right, man. Bubble Shark, could you get Micah chapter 2, verse 1? You got that? Go on,
This is
bro.
Micah chapter 2 and 1.
Revelation
Woe to
13
them
and 2
that devise iniquity
We're not,
and work evil upon their beds.
yeah, man. Hey, destruction to those that devise iniquity upon their beds, man. So these elites, they're going to sleep every night, yeah, thinking about devising ways of how they can spread more wickedness upon the earth, man. How they can bring forth their agenda. Okay, which their agenda is a new world order, man, to have everyone chipped. Okay, keep going, bro.
And it says, and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand.
Right now it's in the power of their hands, man. Okay, but we read earlier that what? The king's heart is in the hand of the Most High. Okay, so it's the Most High that's orchestrating this, man. Okay, this Brexit ain't no fluke. We're just ready to break it down in the scriptures. Now you got the coronavirus, okay, which is you know, it's almost out of control. You got people checking temperatures and all that in China. People dropping dead. Okay, you got cases over here in Britain now. Okay, you had cases over there, over in Europe, over in America. So this thing is spreading, man. Okay, this thing is spreading now. One of the brothers in America, I don't know who else brought it out, but I saw his video. You know, the brother Yashalam.
Yeah.
You know, he did a beautiful video. You know, Shalom, where he was going into how Bill Gates had he had interests and he had investments in companies that had to do with the coronavirus, man. They had it patented.
Right,
okay.
Yeah, the
Now,
cure. Yeah.
he had a cure. Now Bill Gates is the same guy, okay, who used to run who? What's Bill Gates famous for? Microsoft. Microsoft is one of the biggest investors in ID 2020, man. Okay, so pretty much, this man could link, you know, these pestilences, which is of the Lord anyway.
Right.
Okay, could link this to the chip, man, which is the chip is part of their agenda. That is part of their agenda anyway. And you know what I was thinking about with all everything that's happening with Britain leaving and all that? I was thinking about the movie V for Vendetta, man. Okay, in V for Vendetta, the people in Britain were cursing out America, man. Babylon. They were saying that this is a nation that had everything, you know? And the scriptures talk about that, man. They're going to be ashamed. Okay? The mother that bare her, can we get that? Jeremiah.
15.
I think it's 50 or 49.
50 and 12, what is it?
Hey, why do you think all these countries are going to turn around, all these allies of America are going to go and nuke Babylon, man? Because all the fucking wickedness that's going on over there, man. Okay? It's going to get nuked, man. You got more in Micah, bro? Yeah, keep reading, bro. Sure.
And also, if I can mention, just to back up a point, you got the CDC, that's in America, Fort Detrick, Maryland. You know, they've been known to, you know, have diseases and different viruses in their labs. They have patterns on them. So, you know, going back to the scripture where Esau is the sword of the Most High, you know, so Esau controls, you know, certain viruses that are out.
Well, even what? We're going to get it after this. Matthew 24 talks about it, man. It talks about the pestilence that's going to come at the end. That's how we know we're at the end, man. Okay? And even when we were reading in Daniel's, it actually goes and says in the days of these kings, in the days of these Edomites, man. Okay? And in the days of this beast system, that's when the Lord's going to come with the chariots and destroy this place, man.
That's right.
Go on, man.
Jeremiah 50.
Let's finish that and then you got more on that?
Yeah, verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence and houses.
Well, we know that's talking about these wicked elites, man. But yeah, that's enough on that. Let's leave Jeremiah, bro. Sure.
Jeremiah
That's the point
50
on
and
that.
12. Your mother shall be so confounded,
Yeah.
she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert.
Yeah, man. So, hey, Britain, the mother, man, it's going to be a shame. All these countries are going to be looking at you like, what the fuck, man? Okay, and it says what? The hindermost of the countries?
Hindermost parts of the lands, yeah.
Hey, when you go to the hindermost part of the earth, that's America, man. It's going to be a wilderness, man. Babylon's going to be destroyed. And all this is prophecy of the Lord. It's all leading up to it. Remember, America has to be destroyed. Apostle Hall did a video recently when he was talking about, well, he might be a Jake, but pretty much an Edomite pastor, which Apostle Tar mentioned he might be a Jake. Okay? He had a vision. He said, when I was 16, I saw America get hit by a nuke. So, you know, and the Lord can give visions to these, even to these other nations, man.
Oh, yeah.
Balaam, as an example.
Yeah.
So people,
Director of Terminator, man.
Cameron.
Cameron.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
James
he got,
Cameron.
he got a vision of the nuclear missiles. He put it in the film. You know, and that's prophecy, man. Put it in the film, man. Go on, man.
And you know what? This week I watched the movie Bible in the Beginning, man. 1966, I believe, around that time. 1968, it might be. It's in the 60s, man. And I recommend checking that movie out. You know, they dramatize the scriptures and all that. They got Edomites playing parts. It goes from Genesis 1 to 22. But there's a scene in it where Sodom and Gomorrah, if anyone can get that, Revelation, Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, spiritually, Sodom and Egypt. Sodom and Gomorrah was getting, Sodom and Gomorrah was getting, I need to vocalize it, man. Sodom and Gomorrah was getting, Sodom was getting destroyed, man. And it got destroyed by a nuke in the movies, man. It got destroyed by a nuke. When Joel was running, and literally behind him, all you saw was a mushroom cloud, man. So these directors know, man. These Hollywood directors know, like the brother mentioned, James Cameron. Okay, and James Cameron's done a lot of these big movies, man. I think he did Avatar, he was a producer on that. Okay, he did Titanic, which this place is a Titanic. It's a proud kingdom that's gonna go down, man. Okay, it's a proud kingdom that's gonna go down.
Revelations 11 and 8, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
That great city is talking about America, and America is a big part of this prophecy, man. Okay, America still needs to get nuked. We're going into the time of World War III. Can someone hold Revelation 9? Okay, whoa.
9/11.
Yeah, the three world wars. Read it again, brother.
And it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
Yeah, whose dead bodies, man? The Israelites, man. Okay, which spiritually our people are mostly dead, man. The Lord's got his men now that he's raising up the elect and bringing them back to life through what? Quickening them through the word, man. Okay, but most of our people are dead, and we were in that hardcore bondage, hardcore slavery, in that dead state.
Right.
Keep reading, bro.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
Right, so America is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, man. Why? Sodom. Go on, bro. So, yeah. Hey, Sodom, man. Can you break that down from the show, bro?
Yeah, because Sodom, because look, most of the 50 states, they've legalized homosexuality.
That's cool, bro.
Right? They've legalized it for man and man to get together and get married, and for a woman and woman to get together and get married in union, man. But where does that concept even come from? It comes from the scriptures. So that just shows you that these Edomites have nothing to do with the scriptures. And Egypt, it being the new captivity of you Negros, Hispanics, and Native Americans, when you go over there during the transatlantic slave trade, man. Alright, so that's how it's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, man. That's the connection, man. And that's why they always have the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill. Alright? These are all signs that Yahweh Shem Yahushai has left for us to see, so we can connect the dots through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Yeah, and you got that Corinthians, bro?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. So we're connecting the dots like the brother said, man. Okay? The Lord is giving us the light, man. To what? To shed light on what's actually going on. Okay? Could you hold me, what is it? Is it Isaiah 24 or Isaiah 26? They woe to them try to keep hide their counsel from Can you get me that bubble shot? Go on, bro.
2 Corinthians 2 and 11, least Satan should get an advantage of us.
Oh, we just read that. Okay, we were talking about Satan before. Satan be divided against Satan. Okay, because you got the spiritual demon Satan. Okay, and you got and Satan, the spiritual demon Satan, he tempted the Lord, man.
Right.
You know, and the Lord came back with what? The cuts. The word is what? This knowledge and wisdom which you're meant to be building up right now and accruing is the stability of our times. Isaiah 33 and 6. Go on, bro.
And it says, "For we are not ignorant of his devices."
Not ignorant, man. If you are in the know, then you cannot be ignorant. Okay? If you know what's going on, if you're watching the news, if you're keeping up with the prophecies, then you cannot be ignorant, man. Okay? Every day, something new is coming out, man. Like I mentioned earlier, Qasem Soleimani, that was what? Not too long, a couple of weeks ago, man. No one ain't talking about that. The Strait of Hormuz, no one ain't talking about that, man. Planes being brought down from Russia, Turkey moving over, Gomer moving over to Russia, which is all part of prophecy. Ain't no one talking about it. Who's talking about that, man?
Oh, this month feels like a year of prophecies, man.
Yeah, that's
like,
right.
It feels like a year, like a prophecy, like this month alone. Wait, we're in the 1st of February now. It felt like that month was just every day something. So wait, more's coming.
Right. These are the beginning of sorrows.
That's right.
These are the beginnings of sorrows, man.
Yeah, man. And you know what, man? Hey, Man, this place is hell to be in, man. Throughout the week, you might be feeling low, whatever, man. Drinking your yarn, doing what you got to do. But you know what? These prophecies, these things coming to pass. The Lord is doing us to uplift us, man.
This kingdom's going down, bro.
That's right, man. And we
circling the drink.
We drink to that, man.
You know, like when you know, like if you have a bath, you fill up the bath, then you pull the plug, and you know it takes a minute before it's gone. But then you know when it's going to that end, that's what's happening.
You know, you start seeing the dirt.
The dirt, yeah. Some of it don't even go down in the drain.
I was thinking about it the other day.
You got to get that and just clean it up, get rid of it. That's what the Lord's doing.
Hey, you're like, man, I must have been dirty.
That's what the Lord's doing, man. He's circling it, like.
Yeah. And you know, I was thinking about it the other day. It's funny you mentioned that. Remember when you were a kid, you go up to those things with a glass and you put a penny in it and it'll circle around. Yeah, man. That's what's happening to this kingdom, man.
If I can say, one of the things I've been finding most interesting about how they're doing the quarantine, if you notice, a load of the quarantines are happening at where military bases, man. Right, a load of quarantines happening because the elites are getting people ready. Because no one's being like, no, you shouldn't quarantine them at a military base. The elites are getting these people prepared for being set up in military bases, man.
Yep.
Right, the British plane landed where RAF Bryce Norton, right, a military airstrip. Right, I believe the American citizens that got repatriated, I believe they were in the military base in California, right? So the elites are getting people prepared for basically being in these camps, man, in these concentration camps, man.
Yeah, man. They've been saying out of that for the longest. You got these different football stadiums, these coliseums set up. You got big warehouses, even down here. Don't go too far up to the retail park down here. Okay, you got a mile down. You got Toys R Us that used to be here, massive empty lot. You got empty lots, full of empty lots. What do you think that's going to be used for, man? Yeah. Okay, to be bringing, that's going to be converted into fucking chipping spots, man.
Yeah, all them Toys R Us, they're pretty much empty. Every other Toys R Us that was in the UK is an empty big building, man. Yeah. That could be potentially, you know, being kept for concentration camps.
And they closed off all the windows. Yeah. It don't say for sale or for
coming soon. The next company.
They don't say none of that. But you don't think there's other companies that can go out and buy that place? You got B&Q and all that, and Selco and nah. So what's happening? These here places are being bought out, man. They're being boarded up. You don't know what the fuck's going on in there, but we know that
they probably got guillotines in there.
Guillotines, fucking chipping stations.
Yeah.
You know the thing that you put the chip in the
gun. The syringe.
The syringe. Syringe.
The canoe.
Yeah. Syringe packets.
Yeah.
You know in the airport, bro, you got the fucking, you got the passport things that you walk through.
Yeah.
They probably got scanners and shit. IDs and all that, man.
Yeah, when you go in the airports now, it's all like that as well. And it's just, you put it in and you have to watch the thing scan you. That's some chip shit, man.
Yeah, man. And it's instant.
You're
fucking recognize
you zombies. You zombie lords.
I've got a scripture. Revelation 13.
You're all getting chipped, man.
Yep. Revelation 13 and 15.
Yeah, facial recognition.
And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Oh, so let's read it from the top. Right. This is the chip, one of the biggest prophecies, man. But before we get that, can we just read that quickly? Let's hold that, Bob Sharp.
Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh.
And they think they're hiding that counsel, man. You got Bill Gates walking around. He was talking about, I'm going to cure polio. You know, digital ID 2020. You don't think that we're bringing these things together? Hey, Bill Gates pretty much came out and said, he said what was on the Georgia Guidestones, man, pretty much. He pretty much came out and said, we need to solve this overpopulation. And what's one of the most overpopulated places in the world? China. Okay?
Yeah, them Moabites, brother, they're like
cattle for them, man.
They're cattle, man. They're just perfect. You know what I mean? Because even over there, didn't they have? They're perfect for that. They're just a test on them. Over there, didn't they have that thing where the thing scans you for years? It scans you and it shows you that, oh, that guy's credit is low. Don't deal with him. The deadbeat apps and all that. And you're walking up the road and they're scanning. He's got 50 yen in his bank and all that. They had that. Their markets are all like that. So they've been
a real authoritarian state.
Proper, man.
Because if you watch, it's on BBC iPlayer. Reggie Yates in China, it goes into all of that. You know, you got this the facial recognition scanning you, whatever, what have you. If you're a truck driver, you got a cam in your van, right, scanning whether you're falling asleep or whether you're drinking, or scanning what you're doing, or you're trying to be on a job. You got a thing in your car tracking you, man.
Hey, it's true. Motorbikes are the perfect guinea pigs to try this on, because when you look at motorbikes as people, they have no what's the word I'm looking for? They don't follow anything, like no customs, man. They're willing to do anything. Look at the food they eat. They eat bat soup, you know?